All right, what's up all you party chopper heads? We're here for part 4 of our video series on our Born Free California bike. Today, as you can see, we got some paint done and we're gonna talk about everything that has kind of went on. So from the beginning, I was really struggling to come up with a paint color that hasn't really been overdone and like what we can, what we can do to be different so we're not another red bike at the show, or not another orange bike, not another black bike, purple bike, whatever. We came across the idea of doing something kind of like old America style, kind of like Gangs of New York a little bit, that's a pretty fun movie. So we decided to kind of go with this off-white, this acetylene smoke white. I've never seen an entire frame be done in that color. So I had an idea, and this kind of started with the Born Free Texas bike, is, when we did our Panhead Francine, at that time I was doing a lot of hand-painted murals on top of the tank, and kind of felt like that was going out of style a little bit, unless you're gonna do like a pinstripe one, you're gonna make it look like it was back in the day or whatever. And I noticed like a lot of advancements in like resin work with automotive stuff, and especially some of what the Japanese guys are doing. So, I wanted to start trying to incorporate that a little bit just to see what the limits are. So we did kind of the basic one with the Vulture, and I knew I wanted to do it again, but the concept on this bike, as you know from the previous videos, is that we had the idea to do some resin inlays in the frame. So these were cut out. If you watched the other videos, these were cut out with slugs when we built the frame in the mill, and these are stainless balls we've inlaid in there, and then the resin kind of, we formed that in the frame. But man, what a bear, from concept to execution. I knew there was going to be some hefty dry times with the resin. I thought it was an 18-hour cure time, but it's not. It's a 36-hour cure time. So a lot of these took multiple pours, and we literally poured resin for a week and a half. This entire paint job took the entire month of April to get all the body work done, all the resin work done, and finally get to where we were actually doing, the flames and different stuff. I like the idea with doing the stainless balls in here is it kind of looks like an old Liberty coin. How it kind of complements the brass eagle, which we found, and Mike Wilson did the engraving, the Born Free 16 engraving, to kind of do that for the show. But I had the theory, I didn't know how they would look if you kind of made the balls look like they were suspended in the frame and in the tank, and it cast a kind of a crazy shadow. And since the top of the tank is convex, it also magnifies the image that's inside the tank. That's why it looks distorted, kind of weird. And but it took a lot of time, but we're glad we kind of worked it out. So another cool thing about the stainless balls is that, my idea was to, a lot of the older Harleys, as a lot of people know, knuckleheads and on up, a lot of the leather work, the fender skirts, they would do the skirts on the seat, they all had the brass spots, they're called in the leather world. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to have some stuff that looked like that within the paint, like buried in the paint. And then when we do the hand-tooled leather seat, I'm gonna do some leather spots in it and kind of tie all that together. As far as the paint specifically, we kind of tweaked some of the colors that would have been old America, so instead of doing just plain white, this is actually a white that I mixed up by adding some gold in it, and then did the acetylene smoke, covered the whole thing, and then it's got a light gold pearl on top of it on the base coat. And then instead of doing a traditional red, we wanted more of an oxblood red. So these are all Paint Huffer products. So that's their Paint Huffer Smoky Tooth Gold. And this is the new Paint Huffer House of Color collab base coat paint, high octane. And then instead of doing like a traditional color blue, this is a turquoise that I mixed a little bit of black in to darken it up a little bit. So it's got kind of that antique, vintage, real rich, blend of everything. So that was kind of our jam on this one. So hopefully everybody digs it, and stay tuned. We're gonna start putting the rest of everything together and painting a helmet for the giveaway for Harley-Davidson, which is going to kind of be some unique colors, maybe some bronze leaf. A lot of people don't do bronze, so we'll probably do a little bit of stuff with that. And but stick around. We got a beautiful polished pan head, a 51 pan head we're going to be putting in here. Everything else is polished stainless and chrome. So stick around. Thanks for checking it out.